Very hot. Fire is hot. Careful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time of day this is for you. That morning for me. I'm always doing this in the morning. It's not the first thing in the morning anymore, but I had a tincture, but I made some cookies. Right, I'll have to have half of the cookie. My high CBD, ooh, chocolate peanut butter. I just look up a thing and just kind of wing it. I'm surprised they turn out okay. Right, usually make oatmeal cookies and stuff. I made, and then I still had some of my oil with the CBD in it, my high CBD stuff. So that's helping, but there is a big difference between me putting the tincture in my tea, my hot chocolate here, and that way. But it's been helping, that's okay. Pain sore. Anyways, let's carry on. It's a Within the Wednesdays with the World Unknown, right? I've already lined everything up, did the calling in, try to make it slower. The Queen hops out there. Try to make it slower. Trying to get through this quicker, but look at that, how it hopped out right now. The Queen, we're going to look at that. What do we worship? What do we look at, right? The Queens. I got to move that over so you can see that more. Oh, but not right over top of the candle. We don't want it over top of the candle. We don't want it to burn. It's good. You see it there, right? You can see it. The Queen, the top and bottom. The ring. Ooh, my precious. What is that? I don't know. Oh, I put those in her. Load-do. Yo-do-do. And the mirror. No, okay, it's the same color as the mirror, though. What is that one? The stone. This stone came out last week now, didn't it? These healing stones, those memories, those record keepers. Looking at that. Ooh. What is that for you? Love that card, but we're going to look at that. Looking at that, how that archetype is showing up for us in our lives here. As the Queen. What is ruling your life? Ooh. Right, we get stoned to escape, but what is that? I don't know. Healing stoned? I love that. I found a book that says Healing Stones, and that's the way I read it, Healing Stone. I'm like, what is this? I gotta get this book. I've been collecting books for a long time because my Begin Within, right? Begin Within gifts, books, and healing services. Well, the books, right, is spiritual books and self-help books, inspiring books, things like that, and I'm creating that library. And I've got enough, actually, and I've got the physical space. It's just waiting for me to open up shop. This has been in the process for years and years and years. Over 2 decades, right? We're getting into almost a quarter of a century I've been preparing for this business. Preparing, right? Because my businesses begin within, so I had to begin within. And when I got here, finally got the physical space, nobody thought I could get. I had to utilize the resources that were there and at hand that I could use at that time. And it's not taking advantage, but it's the benefit of all. But anyways, so this has been a long process, and I'm just at the point where it's about to start to bring in some money. So there's many different avenues that I have for this, right? Begin with the gifts, books, and healing services. The gifts part is that gifts that we all have. Begin within to find your gifts. The gift that is you, right? Fully, holy, and true. That's always been. And then since I was the kid, since I was little, this little baby wanted to help out and help people find that joy and happiness in, and knew the secret to life is to always, not to be a child, but to keep that innocence, that playfulness, right? To still look at the world with wonder, never lose that. And look, don't just take my word for it. Look at those happiest elderly, right? They look like child again. Looking into the eyes of the elderly is like seeing the innocence of the child. Whoa, what is that? I don't know. I don't know if I heard that somewhere, if I came up with that. I know I wrote that in my journal somewhere. Sometimes I get confused on whether it was something that came through my head or something that I had read somewhere. And I don't like to claim anything, because really it's all out there anyway for anybody to grab hold of. What is that? I don't know. But I do believe in those universal energies. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Okay, do we want the animals to go with it? Where are we at? 5:39. Let's see, try and make it a little quicker today. Alright. Then we read those and then go with the animals. How about that? Let's try it that way today. And we'll get the supporting cards for that. The Queen. We're looking at the Queen and the archetypes with the Wild Unknown cards by Kim Kran. Kim Kran's. The Queen is, oh, is that 11? Is that what I'm looking at? It's for 11. I need the 11 card. XI. There it is, the Queen. I find it in her. The Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. Like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful place and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. That's empower, right? The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. When light, it's the embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, and stillness. When dark, it's vain, wrathful, self-righteous, and demanding to go deeper. Nikki Giovanni's ego tripping, or Nina Simone singing Stars at the 1976 Montreux Jazz Festival. The queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but claims the throne, knowing the king draws near. She is a magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nothing less. Read Cleopatra's monologue in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. Act 5, Scene 2. Then read about Inanna, Terra, and Hera. Inanna, Terra, and Hera. Famous queens, right? And then those are in the Greek mythology. Maybe. Well, let's look at that. The queen. Beautiful. How's that showing up in your life? The sovereign. The snake. Do we look at that? Do we have those queens in our lives that become, I'm the queen, you listen to me, right? How does that feel in your life? Do you feel it? Even if you're a man, right, you'll have that feminine energies as well. That's what I like to say. A real man doesn't have to prove he's a real man, okay? There's no need going out there with those, let's measure and see who's got the biggest one, who can, whatever, okay? Real man can embrace his feminine side, right? Don't have to prove If you're a real man, that's the thing there. There's the mentor. Mentor is our lives. We learn from those lives. What does this ring say? The ring. A ring, a ring, a ring. Ring a ding a ling and a ding 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 ding. Scooby la bop doo boop boop doo poop shoop bop. Let's get a ring and no one will sing with the ring. Hey, swing it, right? It's a moon time thing. We go into those times. I know. You watch my shows, you see my cycle going too. Right? Things are going good. But that's the thing. If we start feeling a mood shift, whether it's hormones or this, that's why we need to. Because we can start labeling it. Well, it has to do with this situation in my life. And not that, yeah, my hormones are kind of, because this is the natural time. It's my cycles, right? That's why I always recommend, pay attention to your own cycles, man or woman, right? Keep track for a couple months and see. You'll start to see. Natural times in the months you have lower energy. Other times you have higher energy, right? Other times seems like, whatever. But those are the cycles. We need them all. They're all important. The infinite, the wheel, the connection. The ring is an image of connectedness. Rather than viewing life as linear, a series of progressive achievements, the ring challenges us to sense the cyclical, infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginnings and endings fall by the wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmic circularity of creation. Blah, 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 blah. For this reason, it's no surprise a ring is worn on the finger to represent eternal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetypal image because it mimics the Earth's orbit around our great sun and the intimate bond between two lovers. It is the micro and macro united. This card calls us to deepen the connection with self, other, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal ring waiting to adorn your finger. When light, connectedness, humility, sacred cycles. Sacred cycles, pay attention here. When dark, it's unconscious repetition. Unconscious repetition. We keep repeating those cycles unconsciously until we bring that up to that conscious. Starving for connection, right? We start doing those cycles because what do we do as babies? I need to deny this part of me to be accepted because I want to be connected to my family, to my parents, to my siblings, to my cousins, to whatever that is, right? We have always this feeling, this wanting to belong. To go deeper, Rilks, I live my life in widening circles. Interesting. Take stock of the jewels you adorn yourself with. Watch out for rings you wear out of habit that keep you connected to the old you. Interesting. Watch out for rings you wear out of habit that keep you connected to the old you. Study images of the mandala, the unus mundus, the Ouroboros, and the medicine wheel. We talk about the medicine wheel here lots. This is kind of the red road journey. It's the medicine wheel. When I'm talking about calling in all the directions, that's the medicine wheel. It's all part of that. We're all part of it. Whether, we say it that way or not, right? And we'll get the animals to support those after. Let's just go through this now. This would be this way. At the agape, the thread, the wrist. Oh, see? The stone comes right before the mirror. That's why. But they're very similar colors now, aren't they? The eternal, the anchor, the rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us. as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side. So, no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to the earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. How do you feel when you hold one of the stone people? Calm, cool. I love this one because look, it's almost got like the boat. A boat under, a little moon under. What is that? I love the markings. Stones. I've been collecting them since I was a wee little baby. This one I thought was so great because it looks like a little exclamation mark in there. I don't know. You can see that. It's like an exclamation point under. I don't know. Anyway, When light, steadfast, loyal, committed, present. When dark, weighted down, holding back, cold. To go deeper, Caspar David Friedrichs, A Walk at Dusk. Build a cairn in nature. Find inspiration in Andy Goldworthy's stone egg forms. In Jewish mourning traditions, stones are left at graves rather than flowers. Sit with this vision for a moment and see what unfolds. They leave stones instead of flowers. Beautiful. Okay, let's go on to the supporting animals. I already called all those in as well. Oh, fine. This thing's falling over here. Ow. Okay. We got it? It's all good there? Got that figured out? Okay, let's go. Long ways, one animal to go with the queen. Was this a supporting animal? Help us to go deeper with the medicine. We're going deeper into the medicine. Was the queen trying to tell us, man? One spirit animal to help us go deeper into these archetypes. What we're looking within ourselves. The wild unknown, that archetype as it shows up in our life. Do we act like the regal queen or the self-righteous queen or whatever that is? There we go. The horse. Of course. It's about empowering. Does the queen empower or is it about power over? Are we feeling that, right? We in charge of our own lives? What is that for you? And look at underneath that. We have the sea serpent. It's the sea serpent. And on the top, we have the whale. Whale, record keeper. Stones are record keepers to go with that. Look at that. That's kind of, look at that. We'll look at that. We will look at that. Okay, it's patience. Jeez, I keep going on. Just look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Holy, huh? Holy moly. That's okay. No blame, no shame. Her. We're all do good. Horsey. Momentum. Freedom. Expansive energy and force. The horse represents the most masterful masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, that's the exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. Wow. Physical stamina and mental focus, exercise and meditation are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. And so would the queen do that too, that balanced, empowered queen, right? To help lift the burdens off the people. That's, help lift the burdens off that little that's been carrying all that. It's up to us adults, not our littles inside. When in balance, achieves anything and never gives up. Unless it's stiff source. When out of balance, it runs away and feels weak. To bring into balance, strength training. Time for some exercises, and we exercise those physical muscles, but the same with those meditation muscles and all of that too. We need to practice that. Your heart's a muscle too. So we need to practice strengthening those. And so doesn't those exercises help physically build those up, right? We have the cardio and stuff like that. Right? The queen's going to be riding the horses. The queen riding the horses. Up a third. Okay, over. I like it. That's a beautiful card. I'm going to keep that up there like that. Put horsey there. Put the horsey over there. And we're going to look at, because we looked at that one already first, right? The ring with the sea serpent. And look at the sea serpent is in the ring there. The circle. It's a circle. The circle of life. Weirdo. And the octopus is underneath of that. The octopus is underneath of that. But we're looking at the sea serpent. That's a special one in the deck. See the shininess up there. The sea serpent. This is one of the spirit cards. The sea serpent, healing emotional wounds, right? We're not doing these cycles anymore, catching on to them so that we don't continue to repeat them. Healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy in a healthy current, into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, sea serpent, not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. Where, right? We know that what we desire most, our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When this energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. The sea serpent and the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the Svadhisthana chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is also known as our center of creativity and desire, and is associated with the water element. Svadhisthana translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother, or Kundalini herself. We're looking at that. How is the ways we look at our sexuality, at our sensuality? What are the cycles are we repeating there? That our bodies are not our own. We need to listen to everybody else. Oh, and even governments can control our body, whatever. What cycles do we keep continuing to repeat? Do not listen. Child says like phone. No, you're not. You eat this, right? So let's look at that. What are we repeating there? The stone. Look at the records. The whale, right? Stones hold all those records. Whale is the record keeper in the other deck as well, right? So let's go find if there's a shark is the whale after that. Dolphin and the whale. Desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability and strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When in balance, it's calm, steady, deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy, and slips into old story. To bring into balance, regular self-care. Yes, my dears, that's what we need to do. Regular self-care. And do we do that? Do we honor that? We think, oh, how can I take care of myself when this one isn't, that one, blah, 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 blah. What are the excuses that we use that we don't even take care? Do our own self-care. What is that for you? What does that say to you? If we look back, have you done that? Did we blame others, or we see that we let ourselves go? We didn't take care of that. We didn't get empowered. We tried to have power over. We tried to control because everything was so out of control, because we didn't have control when we were kids, so we overcompensated for that. Whoa, what is that? Let's have a tarot card to look at with the Queen and the horse. See. One tarot that just flew out there. The Tower. How do we look at that, right? What do we look at? What is leading our lives? What do we always believe? This is what we're looking at. The Tower, shattering of those beliefs. Something that we always believed, and then we found out that this was not the truth. What? Then now, oh, there are a lot of lambs over here. If we don't save ourselves, we kind of need a little lamb like that. I don't know. What's up for you? Now you can't see horsey there. We put the horsey right here with the Queen. Absolutely. There we go. Now you can see it all there, right? Okay. So let's go on with the Tower. Going with the horse. And the Queen up here, it's shattering our own beliefs, right? Changing those cycles. It begins with me. These cycles end here with me. I'm becoming aware of it, and I am stopping that. I don't know. What is that for you? What is that for you? Judgment, the world. Okay. There we go. The Tower. Unexpected upheaval. Has this been happening in your life? We're Wednesday, or because we're looking at these old beliefs and old ways. What did we hang on to? What? So here's the Tower. Psh! Oh my goodness, I fought so hard for that, and that wasn't true. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Why did I believe that? How did I get so swept away and caught up in bullshit? Well, because we need that shit for fertilizer, you know? So, you know what? Don't feel bad about it. We all fail for something. Exactly, right? That's why we need to discover what are our true beliefs. Believe in something or you'll fall for anything. Use your own mind. Do your own thinking. Or you're always looking to that outside, and those that want to take advantage definitely don't want you using your own brain. The Tower, unexpected upheaval. When the Tower card appears, it's time to brace yourself for a change. The well-rooted tree that's been growing strong for decades is crashing down around you. Your world may feel as though it's literally falling apart, and you didn't see it coming. Or did you? We like to pretend we didn't see it coming, but we can. If we look back, hindsight 2020, making that hindsight foresight, that's what we're doing here. Your world may feel as though it's literally falling apart and you didn't see it coming. Even though this phase is painful and confusing, it will be over soon. You'll look back and feel grateful things changed course. You might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. Interesting, right? Might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. We're discovering those cycles that no longer serve us. Right? We're going to have a look. We're seeing beyond these deceptions. Where did we start? Did the ring first, right? Didn't we? Oh, look at that sad rose underneath there. Makes me think of Beauty and the Beast, eh? Oh, and the hangman's under there. Get a different perspective. What is that? That's the Five of Pentacles. There's the Five of Pentacles. I believe the Five of Pentacles is left out in the cold. Because we're feeling left out in the cold. And sometimes we can. When we go to change these cycles, not everybody wants those cycles to change. Especially the ones benefiting from them. Right? The ones that are up on their high horses and self-righteousness, right? So the Tower has to come so they will fall. And it's not in a negative way, but sometimes we need to get knocked on our asses to have a look and see, like, oh shit, sorry, excuse me. Sometimes you need to get knocked off that high horse to see. You're a human being, just like the rest of us, right? Or sometimes we need to see that too, that we're allowed to have tears and cry because we try to hold it so strong that we go, right? Sometimes the best, greatest strength is in our vulnerabilities. The Mother of Swords, the heir to mental thoughts. We're at to be Swords, Eight of Swords, Mother of Swords. I'm at the Mother of Swords. Mother of Swords. Swords. It's the Queen of Swords. Because we're the Queen. Okay, sharp, perceptive. You'll often find the Mother of Swords putting her sharp perceptions to use as a therapist, doctor, or teacher. She's extremely experienced and knowledgeable in her field. Some think of her as all-seeing. This card can sometimes represent a woman going through a difficult time. She may be recently widowed or divorced, and usually without children. Oops. Oh. During this time, there's potential for her criticism to soar. Right, during this time, because bitter, look at that, you know, some of those got those, the spinster and all that, you get those names, but do we look beyond that? Do we look beyond the pain? Like my mother would say, bitches are man-made. Can go the other ways too, but do we look beyond that? Do we see somebody's hurt and then we start judging them? You know, we see that queen on the throne, and maybe that's our own bitterness, and we're projecting that onto them. What is that? And do we criticize others? Do we get up there and think we're the only ones that went through this? I'm the victim, blah, 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 blah. If they all just listened to me, what is that? What is that? What is that all saying to you? That goes with the ring and the serpent too. We're catching on to those cycles. But if we keep looking at it and then we keep repeating it, that's where we can get criticized, and we can just start pointing out how everybody else is repeating those cycles, but we don't look at it within ourselves. How are we repeating the cycles? We have the Four of Swords. So again, this is about our thoughts. We're looking at our thoughts and how our thoughts keep us in these same cycles. You know, what do we feel about ourselves? What do we think about ourselves? Maybe let's switch from that thinking to bringing in those feelings. How does that thought make us feel? Everything starts in the thought before it manifests in the physical. I don't know. What's that for you? Four of Swords, stillness, mental power. Though threatening swords loom above, the lamb sits in stillness without fear. The Four of Swords says it's time to look inward and find the mental power to cope with the pressures. It's important to rest, seek meditation, or find literature that focuses on ways to quiet the mind. Take this time to recuperate and move inward before those swords strike. Ooh, right? Before they strike, because we can take ourselves down. Yeah, we certainly can. We're going to take ourselves down to the ground. But sometimes we do, and build from the ground up. So what is that for you? What a beautiful session today. So thank you all for being here. Remember, it's the empower. It's not about the overpower, right? The best leaders, how to empower all, for them to all see the beauty that they are, that they're all essential part of the kingdom, of the world, whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you, right? We can all look. We all hold an important piece. We all belong here. We're all on this great round earth, the biggest medicine wheel. Maybe that's what it is. Excuse me. Okay. Woo! People, let your queen shine bright, but remember, you're not always right. Right? Okay? Let's not be the right fighters. Okay, but follow that compassion inside. Love. Let's pay attention to our thoughts. Let's clear those thoughts. Let's see the power. You've survived everything. 100% of everything till now. Okay? You've got it in you. We all do. Nobody is better than anybody else. Nobody's above or below. We're all part of this all. So, look at you. Your own self. Do you place yourself above or below anybody, or as part of? And do your actions match up to that? I don't know. Biggest heart hugs ever. Yes, thank you for being you. Shining your light through in everything you do, because you know it. This world needs you. Now, more than ever, to be you. Fully, holy, and true, or this world misses out on that gift that is you. So, empower, not overpower. And begin within. Love yous. Thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed week. Happy hump day. Right. Let that tower fall, man. Rebuild. Time to rebuild. Love you.